Uh-oh. Why would
Combination locked
Simon...
room, I see. Well, I might have a look around for that. See how secure and combination locked it really is.
I swear to God, if Jimmy did it... What if Jimmy is just the bad guy in every game that this studio does? Oh boy, is it Jimmy? We're going up the stairs. I'm willing to bet. We have this business card. Oh, girl. That's not good.
Welcome to the mirror room.
The mirror room.
This exercise is all about identifying the difference between the image one presents to the world and one's real self, which lies deep in our unconscious. As you move through the network of mirrors, practice seeing yourself as a stranger. The more you separate from your persona, the more aware you will become of your true desires and ambitions. Chant with us. I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself. I am free from my image.
Are we gonna start to lose it?
From my past.
Are we getting drugged?
From myself. I am free from my image.
Are we getting drugged right now with morphine?
I am free from myself.
This exercise involves the use of liberation masks. You have now completed Module 1. Module 2 covers boundary testing, threshold testing, and extreme testing. Please read the notes carefully before attempting the module.
Ooh, the mirror room. Hey, Ryan, I gotta talk to you about this weird room upstairs. You better
Just a
not have
few
gone
more
anywhere.
questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Can you tell me what you know about the mirror room upstairs?
Oh, you found that then?
I did.
Well, it's
It was
very similar
also
to the costumes,
locked.
Inspector. It's designed to help the students look at themselves differently.
And what do you do with the mirrors?
You look at yourself, Inspector. You look at yourself until you start seeing yourself as others do. And you don't see yourself as you do anymore. It really, the idea is that you can see yourself eventually in any way you wish.
So why in a locked room?
To make sure you're not distracted, that's all.
How
Brainwashing.
often is it used?
Not often, a few times a month. Some students find it useful, some don't.
Mirror room is used by students. It's locked so they aren't distracted. It's used a few times a month. The mirror room.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I probably will be back. I need to talk to a couple of other people about the fucking creepy-ass mirror room. Like Simon. Hey, Simon. You ever use the creepy
Ask about a
mirror
few more
room?
things, please. Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Yeah.
What's it used for?
But it's mainly for the auto-hypnosis module. You go in and you stare into the mirror and you go into a trance. Then when you're ready, you come back out.
So you just go in whenever you want to?
Oh, no. There's certain times when you're allowed in, and only they know the combinations anyway, so you can't really get in.
But you don't know the combination?
No.
Okay. You don't, but I mean, I got in, so...
Aha. So you didn't know the combination to the locked mirror room?
Nope.
Except... you'd written it down, hadn't you? This is the combination to the mirror room, Simon, that you wrote. It isn't a pin, it's a combination.
Yeah.
You see, this sort of thing makes me suspicious, Simon. What were you doing in there that you didn't want anyone, including me, to find out?
It's just part of the course, isn't it? I just wanted to go in there when I was ready.
On your own? You didn't give the number to anyone else?
No.
Simon, there was morphine kept in that room that might have played a part in Kate Vine's death.
Jimmy...
Did Kate have the number.
Yes, okay. We both went in.
Together?
We were trying to outdo each other. We both tried to morph in.
What do you mean trying to outdo each other?
What the fuck?
It's part of the course. To see how far you can push yourself. To see if you could do something you wouldn't normally do.
When was this?
How do you
few
not
months
think
ago.
this is
How often
important?
did you try it?
Only that once. I'd never do it again.
How about Kate?
I don't know. Sorry.
Oh, it's 11 p.m.
So that's how Kate got the morphine. But what exactly does this testing involve? Could this have been what killed Kate? 11 o'clock. Just an hour left to solve this thing.
We gotta solve the case. Where do we go now? The music? Uh-oh. Yeah, stay hidden, detective. What's up? Thank you for the coffee maker. Or whatever. That's weird. We're obviously going to go talk to him about his new espresso machine that he bought at 11 p.m. with no box from a stranger.
Okay?
Oh. No, we can't. Oh, is he
That's all for the
behind?
moment. Thank you.
Is he behind in the farm somewhere? I enjoy the excessive blue filter to let you know it's nighttime. Hey, shut up, okay? They did the best they could. It'd be pitch fucking black out here at 11 p.m. Oh. What is this? What are those?
So James is interested in poppy pods, is he? I think he's got some explaining to do.
Oh, yeah, those are opium. Yeah, that's... Yeah. Box of poppy pods. Huh. Well, now we have something to talk to him about. You really shouldn't keep stuff like that just out in the cellar. You know? It just seems like not a good idea.
A few more questions, please.
Yes, a couple questions, James.
What can you tell me about several boxes of dried poppy pods in the greenhouse back there?
Man, you are a fucking
Feel free
idiot.
to take some if you want.
What are they for, James?
Decoration? Why?
Decoration.
There's a big market for them among the over 70s.
So what are you doing with them?
Selling them to grannies.
Okay, James, let's just cut to the chase. Are you extracting opium from them?
Me? I can honestly say I've never done anything like that, Inspector.
Sure about that.
Scout's honour.
And who was the guy delivering them?
Don't say Kyle.
A friend. Someone gave them to him. He asked me if I wanted them. I said I'd have a look and see if I liked them.
You just thought you'd have a look. No particular reason?
I'm a plant scientist, that's what I do.
So
Have
you make
ever sold
morphine.
them to anyone else?
I only got them a few minutes ago.
In the past. You know Kate's body had opium in the blood when it was found.
Oh boy.
No, I didn't. Hey, that's nothing to do with me.
Let's hope not.
He's never extracted opium from them. Pods were from a friend who didn't want them. Right. Selling the pods to pensioners. They're used for decoration. I'll be back with him in a minute. I need to talk to Simon about those. And, frankly, I need to talk to Rebecca about those. Because why do I think that they are definitely getting... Yeah, we'll just go ask him about...
I'll ask you a couple more things, please.
At 11 p.m.
Can you tell me about the room with the mirrors at Atlas? The one with the combination lock?
How did you get in there?
I was given the code for the combination.
By Ryan?
Well, nobody else is allowed to know the code, are they?
And not in theory.
So how is the room used on the course, then?
It's a meditation room where the students can reflect on themselves, literally.
And what about the CD?
That helps too. It's part of the program.
So you send the students into the room, they put the CD on, they stare into
They
the
do a
mirrors.
bunch of opium.
And how long does this last for?
Until the CD finishes or they fall asleep. What else would you like to know?
What do you know about poppy pods?
Poppy pot?
Ever come across anyone selling them, using them?
No.
Hello, Rebecca. It's me again. I got some shit that I need to ask you.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know anything about a locked room at Atlas with mirrors in it?
Yeah, do you?
Not off the top of my head, no. I think that's a question for Ryan.
Man, she is so 10,000% the one in control in their relationship.
What do you know about poppy pods?
Go on.
Ever come across anyone trying to sell them or anything like that? Maybe even in here?
Not that I remember.
You're so helpful. I think I still need to talk to Simon and Emma about both of those things. She definitely 100% wears the pants.
If you don't mind.
Like 1,000%.
Odd question, but have you ever seen anyone handling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? As in, for opium?
Perceptive.
No.
That's weird.
Though James did have opium tea once, I think.
Where did he get it from?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask. James does his own thing.
What does opium tea taste like?
But I don't know. I didn't try it.
Really?
I didn't want to risk it, did I? But I went to hospital once. I had codeine and I went into anaphylactic shock. The doctor said it was an opium derivative, apparently, so...
Wait, but you said you had done this.
Aha.
Come on.
You and Kate took morphine in the mirror room. That's what you said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're allergic to opiates, Simon. Opium. You didn't take the morphine at all, did you?
Well, no, I didn't. Kate did, though.
I thought you were trying to outdo each other. That was the point, wasn't it?
What the fuck?
We weren't trying to outdo each other as such.
Go on.
Ryan wanted me to test Kate. To see how far she would go to be prime candidate.
Prime candidate?
What
is...
candidate?
Prime candidate. It means the best person in the group, basically.
What do you mean, test her?
But you do it in pairs. One person's the tester, it's me, and the other person's the...
Guinea pig.
Victim.
Well, it's not like that. It's completely consensual. It's just boundary testing.
That doesn't sound like consensual. In
Ryan
fact, those
wanted
words
me
mean
to test
exactly
Kate.
pretty much the
Because
opposite.
they thought she was the best student.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I just did what I was told, okay?
Except you decided to give her morphine. To break the law.
You're going to
Well, I
jail.
can't change that now, can I? She didn't die of a morphine overdose, did she?
I don't know.
Died because she drowned. But she drowned for reasons that aren't clear.
Oh, Simon.
Atlas seem to have this all neatly worked out. If Simon's telling the truth, Atlas are lighting the fuse and then retiring to a safe distance, letting students test themselves and push themselves to their limits while avoiding all comeback. Is this what happened to Kate?
We're going to
Thank
have
you.
to go
Probably be
ask
back later.
Ryan and Paul about this.
Strange question. Have you ever known of anyone selling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? Don't think so. Isn't that opium?
Kind of. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not that fun is what he meant.
Do you know what a prime candidate is at Atlas?
Yes, it's what every student wants to be. It's the best student. Apparently you get a great high-paid job afterwards.
But
I don't think that really happens, though.
Did you know anyone in the running to be
Like
prime
Kate?
candidate?
What, like Simon? I don't think they picked Simon, to be honest.
nah.
Well, he's got too many morals, and you can't have both at Atlas.
He has morals. That's funny. I need to go talk to them about the prime candidate. We're running out of
A
time.
couple more questions, if that's okay. Know anything about poppy pods? Come across anyone selling them or anything?
Poppy pods. Well, don't tell anyone, Inspector, but I hear that you can make opium out of those. Why do you ask?
Doesn't matter.
He knows opium can be extracted from poppy pods. Didn't you say earlier that you don't know anything about plants? You don't know literally nothing about plants. But come the fuck on, game! There are some answers in this game that are just straight up, they should work.
Now, tell me what a prime candidate is.
You're learning a lot, aren't you, Inspector? Prime candidates are simply the best students, the ones with the most potential.
And what benefits do they get from that?
Well, they get the top job.
Which is?
Well, we have a deal with various multinationals. We train students to be exceptional, truly exceptional. And they get a wonderful top job. It's a very simple deal.
And how do you decide who the prime candidate is? Do you test students?
No.
Did you ever, say, ask Simon to test Kate, for instance?
Oh, you've actually been speaking to Simon, haven't you?
A
I really
lot.
wouldn't trust anything that Simon Thompson says. You know, he spent the best part of 2 months trying to undermine Kate. No. Now, Simon Thompson, it really isn't my place to speculate, but if you're looking for motives, Inspector, he certainly had a few motives. More than I.
A motive to kill her, do you mean?
Now, that's very interesting, Inspector. Well, that's up to you to decide.
Not when you say it like that. Okay, I still need to
later
talk
on,
to...
if that's okay.
Still need to talk to Paul. And Rebecca? I think I'm going in a weird order. Press the bell.
A few more questions, please.
He hesitated.
Do you know what a prime candidate is?
At Atlas, it's the best student.
And what does that mean?
It means they get a guaranteed job with a very good salary. Well, that's the idea anyway.
Uh-huh.
But?
Mostly they aren't up to it.
And what happens then?
What happens then? Prime candidates are the best students. They get a guaranteed job. Most students aren't up to the job. Failed prime candidates get sacked. Do you mean murdered?
Thank you.
Do you mean
Probably
murdered?
Be back later.
I think she means murdered. I have a
Ask you a couple
suspicion.
more things, please. What are prime candidates?
The best of the bunch. The peaches.
And so what does it mean to be a prime candidate?
Success. We have a special relationship with many major international companies. We provide them with our best students. And they get an instant job.
So you sell
What
slaves?
do you get out of it?
Well, it's a little kickback. It's just business, Inspector.
So they are actually making slaves and selling them off to people around the world? Is that what's going on? Who have I not
That's it for
spoken?
the time
I
being.
haven't
Thank you.
spoken to James, but I doubt he'll know anything about this. Let's check. I haven't searched the woods. I didn't ask Emma about the mirror room. Fuck. And I need to go to the woods. Emma, I didn't ask you about the
Ask
weird
about a
mirror
few more
room.
things, please.
Sorry.
Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Mirror room. No, I heard about it, but I think it was only for the students later on in the course. Something like that.
Thank you. You're so helpful.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Said I hadn't been to the woods in a while. I wonder what's in the woods. I thought I walked through here. I had gone through the fucking woods since like 8 p.m. And apparently the one time that I decide not to go to the woods is the one time that there's something here that I need to see. Into the clearing. Uh-oh.
Just keep pushing.
What?
Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You can push it all the way in, Tom, if you want to. Excellent, Tom.
Excuse me. Would someone care to tell me exactly what's going on here?
Don't come any closer.
That man needs a doctor.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he looks
I don't
fine.
need a doctor. I'm fine. Go away.
What is this?
A test.
Of what?
What does it look like? It's a threshold test. A pain threshold test. I thought, you were supposed to be good at working things out. Inspector Jenks.
You're under arrest for being
And
a dickhead.
so this would be for Atlas, would it? Kyle?
You disappear now.
It's
Wow.
not a good idea to talk to a police inspector like that.
Do you want me to make you?
It's okay, Tom. Mr. Jenks won't be bothering us anymore.
Don't make any rash commitments.
Yeah, get back to stabbing your hand on the tree. Oh, hey, thanks for the set of keys. I'll just take those.
Well, well. You really should take more care of your things, Ryan.
Toss them into the water.
Is your keys, Kyle?
No.
You should have tossed his keys into the water.
So
Why
that's
would
threshold testing, is it? Sticking a skewer through your hand? I could just ask Ryan or Paul directly about this, but I think I'll bide my time. See what I can do with this key fob first.
Why would you give him the keys back? He was being such a dick. There's a body of water. You could have chucked him right into the water. If you wanted to be nice, you could have chucked him into the shallow end. That wouldn't have been that hard for him to get his shit out of there. Is this for their car? The one car that's here? Car key fob. Bop, bop. No, I'm pretty sure he just armed it. You just gonna drive it? Oh, right. You guys drive on the stupid side of the car. Uh-oh.
Bingo. Well, Ryan, what have you been up to? Be very interesting to see how he explains this one.
That's a check to Kate for $500? Is that what that was? I have so many questions, but we're just gonna go straight to Ryan. Is this where we get attacked? Is this where we get too close to this? We get too close to this one?
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
Yeah, how about this check that I stole out of your car?
Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan? £500 intended for Kate. It fell out of your car. At least I assume that's your car on the driveway at Brandon House.
Yeah, it just fell right out of there.
So why were you going to give Kate £500, Ryan?
It was just a little incentive, that's all. Just a little incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500.
She was a very good student. We heard that she was leaving. We wanted to give her something.
You didn't say that.
Well, obviously not.
Are you sure there wasn't any other reason
Like an
you might
affair?
want to give her this? Personal reason?
No!
No, you're not
well,
sure?
I'd like to keep hold of this for a little while, if you don't mind.
Well, don't consider it a bribe, will you, Inspector?
There's gonna be a lot more than that. Hadn't suspected any emotional problems, enjoyed the course, appeared happy. But if she enjoyed the course, why was she leaving? Fuck me,
Be
man.
back later on, if that's
It's
okay.
like there's so many of these things that you're just like, you should ask this question. I'm gonna skip Simon and Emma for this one. Go to Rebecca and then Paul. See what they know. Yeah, tell me about this $500 check. Best not to ask Rebecca about the money for Kate.
Okay,
That's
it for now.
weird.
Thank you.
Why do you think that would be upsetting? What does Paul have to say about this? I stole this out of your son's car.
Things, please. Now, why do you think Ryan might want to give Kate a cheque for £500?
I've really no idea. Where did you find it?
Just outside.
You better ask him.
You think Ryan was interested romantically in Kate?
I know he has a weakness for blondes, but I didn't think it had gone so far as his offering them cash.
Knows Ryan was interested in blondes. Kate's not blonde. In fact, I don't think Emma is either. Simon is the only one who's blonde. Let's call the chief. Let's see what the chief says. Has no idea why he would give a check.
Got something interesting, gents?
I do.
Very much so, sir. An interesting discovery in Ryan's car. A cheque for £500 from Ryan made out to Kate.
Blimey, how does he explain that?
He said it was an incentive. Apparently he'd heard she was thinking of leaving the course.
What made her so special that they were willing to pay her to stay?
Just a good student, I suppose.
Nah, doesn't add up. £500 is a lot more than an incentive, Jenks. You can buy questions in Parliament for that kind of money. Sounds pretty desperate. Keep on at Ryan about it. Oh, and get yourself another drink.
Another drink. Thanks, Chief.
I'm having one. Right.
He is suggesting that it is Ryan. What am I not? Which part of this? It would be so easy if you could use statements across. You know, because Emma told us plenty about it.
Questions, if that's okay.
There's no ulterior reason for giving it to Kate. Claims they're not coerced or bribed. Wait, no, you bribed her. You were bribing her. You were bribing her. Oh, come on. You were absolutely bribing her. Where did that go? Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you were doing.
So, students aren't coerced or bribed in any way, except Kate.
I'm not sure what you mean.
I mean exactly what I just
said. You were going
said.
to give Kate the £500 as an incentive. That's coercion, isn't it?
I really don't think you could call it coercion, Inspector.
That's it.
It was an incentive. That's all. A little encouragement.
So, how often do you use incentives?
Yeah. Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
Assessment?
You
we
said
have
there
to
were no
assess
tests.
students as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that. People pay for this course per session. We have to know if they're committed or not.
So you're assessing their progress and testing
You
their
said
commitment.
you
Yes,
don't
we
test
are.
them.
We have to. This is a business, not a charity.
Inspector, you should
So
just say
Ryan's
it
claiming
yourself.
the money was part of Kate's assessment. And did this assessment also involve threshold testing, I wonder? Or was the money for something else?
Hold on. Go back to wherever that was. Where was that? Oh, Jesus. Gave the money to test her, but you say specifically you don't test students.
Aha. Well, which one is it, Ryan? Do you test students or not?
Well, some of them, yes.
Including Kate?
Yes.
Why was she being tested?
She was being tested because we wanted to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate.
So you
okay?
could sell her.
Kate
You just spilled
was
your
in
drink.
the running to be prime candidate.
Yes.
And did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, I did. But I didn't ask him to do anything stupid. He knew it was against course rules.
How far did you ask him to push her?
I didn't ask him to push her. I asked him to test her. There's a huge difference. If Simon decided to give her too much caffeine or morphine or whatever, that's his responsibility. So if he did anything wrong, it was his own responsibility. He did it with his own mind and his own hand.
Oh my God.
We had nothing to do with it.
Midnight, and still no suspect, unless you count everyone I've interviewed. It's no surprise that Ryan wants to avoid any suggestion of being responsible for Kate's death.
Yeah, kind of
but I
lost
wonder
it.
if the man protests just a little too much.
Well, I thought that was actually... All right, I guess let's just start. I'm not even gonna go talk to James. Not even gonna go talk to James.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Was Kate a prime candidate?
Well, as Ryan has probably already told you, yes, she was.
Did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, it's company policy. Leaders don't get involved.
And it covers your back, of course.
Well, nobody knows the students better than they do, Inspector. It's much better to let them just work it out among themselves.
It isn't very professional to force students to test each other to the point where one of them gets killed, Paul.
We don't force students to do anything that they don't want to do, Inspector.
So you don't force them into being tested?
No, we don't encourage anybody to hurt or offend anybody else here.
You don't use threshold testing, for instance?
No. If Simon Thompson went too far with Kate, that's his responsibility, not ours. He's the one you should be speaking to, if truth be told. I don't trust him myself.
Well, listen, I don't trust literally any of you.
Be back later on, if that's
God,
okay.
I don't even want to talk to James. I really don't want to talk to James at all. I'm just gonna see if we can just ignore James. I need to talk to Simon too, definitely, because...
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Did you know Kate Vine was a prime candidate?
No.
Oh, her face says absolutely 100% yes, she knew that. I gotta go talk to Simon. He's the key to this whole thing. Oh, let's talk to Emma first before we go arrest her boyfriend.
Do you know whether Kate was in the running to be prime candidate or not?
I don't, but I do think she would have been chosen just because she was, you know, Kate.
I don't know what that means.
You didn't discuss it with Kate?
No. No, she never talked about this.
Well, that feels like an immediate lie. Whatever Emma says, it just sounds like a lie because she's been lying this whole fucking game.
How do you think you'd have reacted if you'd found out that Kate had been chosen to be prime candidate?
Is that... was she?
I'm just asking how you think you'd react.
I don't know. I wouldn't react in any way, really. I'm not bothered. I don't think she was, though.
What makes you think that?
Well, it's just an impression I got. You know, she's a bit flaky, to be honest. She's just not really prime candidate material.
Didn't think Kate could be prime candidate.
Hello, Jenks. Yes, I'm still up. Thanks for asking.
Chief Ryan admitted that he asked Simon to test Kate to see if she was good enough to be prime candidate, but he's throwing it all back on Simon. Says it was up to Simon about how he went about testing her.
Very convenient. What does Paul say?
He pretty much backs Ryan up. He claims they don't do any threshold testing.
Well, that's a load of horse droppings. He knows you're onto him, Jenks, which means you're getting somewhere at last. It's only taken you until midnight, but well done nonetheless. Listen, call me back. I'm watching an old movie, but Christopher Lee's only just turned up, so I'll be here for another hour or so, yeah?
Okay, Chief. I'll call again.
Yeah, bye.
That's so helpful. Wonder what Paul thinks about prime candidates. I mean, it's obviously... we're obviously supposed to talk to Paul. All right, so assuming that it's based on the evidence that I just got, it's... should be one of these. But the tip says, ask him what he thinks about prime candidates. The issue is that there's a prime candidate response here, but there's, like... this whole thing is called Atlas Prime Candidates. So I really don't officially know. The CD is part of the course. They don't use threshold test. Oh, that's apparently it.
You say you don't endorse threshold testing, that's the phrase, isn't it?
Yes.
Except you do, Paul, because you told me that the students use that CD in the mirror room. I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly mentions threshold testing. You keep batting this away, Paul. We don't really use hypnosis. The students aren't really tested, but I am this close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look, we get a kickback from these students, and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you push them, doesn't it?
Well, we certainly don't kill them. Nobody here wanted Kate dead.
I'm sure they didn't. But what do you expect, Paul, when you put students under that much pressure?
She was a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really? And how much would that be?
Well, if you really want to know, 50 grand.
She was worth 50 grand?
Yes.
What, you were selling her?
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you? We make perfect employees. Month after month. That's all we do.
What do you mean, perfect employees?
What big business needs, Inspector, more than anything else, is none of this altruistic, goody-goody crap. What we look for is people with ambition, no ethics. Push. Greed is good, all right? We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest. That's all there is. There's no higher purpose, no big plan. There's nothing at the end of the rainbow, except what you have and you can enjoy in the here and now.
And what do you enjoy now, Paul?
Young girls, it sounds like. In maid outfits or nurse
You're gonna have to
costumes.
excuse me, Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
So I'm pretty sure they were selling slaves.
I'll see myself out.
Just like I have every other time, because you've never moved from this chair in the last 8 hours. Hi, Ryan.
Father.
Shut the gate on your way out.
At midnight. Oh, he's just gonna snoop. Yeah, there's no way he's gonna see you there.
He's doing his level best to shut this place down. Get rid of him.
He's a policeman. We can't just...
You sort this, Ryan. You man up and you sort it. Tonight.
What are you gonna do, Ryan? I'm a policeman.
Kyle.
Oh, you're gonna get Kyle to try and murder me? That's exciting. Okay, wait, do you think
doesn't sound good. Two totally morally bankrupt men are plotting to get rid of me.
I mean,
It's
at this
midnight.
point...
I don't have any backup and I don't even have a mobile phone. This is potentially quite bad.
We should call
What's
the
Kyle
chief.
got to do with it? I think I might make my way over to Atlas while Ryan isn't there. Maybe lock myself in.
Interesting. So you would have had to... The reason that I didn't make that connection, I thought about that 100 times, but you would have had to gone back and listen to the response about the tape or the evidence about the tape itself, because I didn't think that it had anything to do, at least in that response text. Weird.
Damn. I suppose it was too much to hope that Ryan had left the place open.
Right, he finally left at midnight. Oh, is this where we get jumped now? We're gonna go through the woods? We're gonna be attacked? Uh-oh, it's that guy. Oh, are they about to murder this girl?
Prove to me that you're man enough to do this, Kyle, and then you can deal with that ridiculous police inspector.
What is this?
What the hell?
Scotland Yard, not hell. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Inspector. What are you doing here?
Do you think we could deal with the fact that he has a knife?
Come on. Let's have it.
I don't think you'd understand, Inspector. The best thing that you can do is turn around, go away, and leave us to it.
Excuse me.
What?
That knife gives me a perfect right to stick my nose in, investigate,
Do you think we
and
should maybe do
interfere.
something about this?
This is all part of the Atlas course. It's a physical endurance exercise.
Drop the knife. The knife, Kyle!
Kyle.
Drop it!
What the fuck is wrong with all these people?
Drop it. Not looking 100% brilliant for you, Ryan.
Well, please, Inspector, you've poked your nose into Atlas's affairs enough times to know that imaginative flair is part of the course's success.
At midnight, out in the
Our
woods.
lessons are reinforced by a unique emotional experience.
Do you think we want to ask her how she feels?
It's an extremely evocative tool.
Well, it's a good job you're not in charge of the national curriculum.
Now look, Inspector, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're thinking. But believe me, Atlas had nothing to do with the deaths of those people.
Eyewitness account of a satanic sacrifice in the woods. That's not what we call circumstantial evidence, Ryan.
Simon. Now, I saw Simon walking home with Kate last Friday after the meeting. Now, Simon had some strange idea that he was in the running to become prime candidate.
What the fuck is going on?
Butter has more chance of becoming prime minister. Oh, wait.
So are you telling me that
Simon killed her? Well, it seems reasonable. It's likely, isn't it?
any more likely than you, Ryan?
Yeah, get real mad. Oh, good one. Ha ha!
Police brutality.
He just slapped that look almost off his face. It's really hanging on.
It's all right. Are you okay?
Okay, bye. Slapped the shit out of Kyle, though. That's the best part of this whole game so far.
You save someone from being sacrificed, and that's the thanks you get. If that wasn't an occult ceremony, I don't know what is. The Rands have been lying all along. But what's Simon going to say about Ryan's accusation?
Yeah, let's go talk to Simon. That was so silly. That whole scene was so silly, but is what it is.
Questions, if you don't mind.
Let's talk about this, Simon.
What would you say if I said it's been suggested that you were seen walking home with Kate after Atlas last Friday?
What? By who?
The same person who suggested that you wanted Kate out of the picture because you found out she was in the running to be prime candidate.
What? Who said that?
Just a question.
I didn't think I was in the running. It was Ryan, wasn't it?
I am in no position to say.
It was Ryan.
Simon, calm down.
No, I can prove it. Kate's driving license, give it to me.
Why?
Kate's driving license, please.
Okay, first off, you wouldn't just let him touch that.
See that pattern on the tape there? Let me show you something.
I have been pointing this out the entire fucking game.
See this pattern?
That envelope is in your house.
It's the same pattern. This has come from the same roll of tape as this.
So?
So there's only one person has tape like that. Ryan. He gave me this piece of tape when I was in his office once. Why has Kate's driving license got a piece of Ryan's tape on it?
I have no idea, Simon.
Where did you
That's
find it?
because he's a bad police officer.
That's obvious, isn't it? Ryan was testing her. He was doing a boundary test to see how much she would do, how far she would go to be a prime candidate. But it all went wrong. Okay. It's one of the things we do at the course, right? You give something that's important to you to someone else, then they go and hide it somewhere. It's to teach you to not be bothered when you lose something that's important to you, all right? Kate gives her driving license to Ryan. Ryan goes and hides it somewhere down the lake. Kate finds out, she goes down looking for it, probably drunk, and she falls in.
I'm afraid I find that a bit far-fetched, Simon.
I also find that a bit far-fetched, Simon.
You know anything at all about how Atlas works.
But Simon, if you got the tape from Ryan, Kate could have got it from him.
He told me he doesn't lend it out.
He lent it to you.
But I didn't kill her. Do a lab test on the card. His DNA will be all over it.
And what if yours is all over it?
It won't be. I didn't kill her.
Getting a little angry
sorry.
there.
Just give me a minute. I need some painkillers.
But you can't. What? Hold on. You're just gonna take a bunch of drugs? Aren't you allergic? You're running. He's running. Inspector. Inspector. Inspector, I'm pretty sure he just skedaddled. Inspector, I think this means you should be, like, given chase. Oh, dude, were you, like, just inspectored yesterday?
Where did he go in such a hurry? Is he trying to act as suspiciously as possible?
Did he just get his inspector license yesterday? He just let... Come on. Is he going back to the clearing? Are we gonna get murdered? Where did he go? Yeah, is he gonna jump out at us with a bat? Is he in the restaurant? We don't need to bing the bell. There, in this entire day, has never been a single fucking person in this restaurant. Oh, wait, I can try... I didn't realize I could try using that. Or do I just need to... Hold on, do I just need to talk to her about it?
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Have you seen patterned tape like this anywhere before?
Anywhere?
Oh, Ryan's got some. I know, because I borrowed it.
When was that?
A couple of months ago?
Have you still got it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it since then.
Huh. You saw it approximately 2 fucking months ago, yet somehow.
Aha.
You last saw that sticky tape 2 months ago, is that correct?
Yes.
So how come you used it last week to tape over the broken window outside?
Get
That's
her
the
ass.
same tape.
Get her
Well, I
ass,
must have been
Inspector.
mistaken.
You see, the
It's
reason
all
I'm
coming
asking
apart.
is that it's exactly the same tape that was found attached to Kate's driving license.
And I knew that
found at the
6
scene.
hours
The
ago,
tape
but the
that
inspector
only Ryan
didn't.
has. Ryan, and of course, you.
So what are you saying?
That you murdered Kate.
Who's got the tape now? Do you know where it is?
No. No, I don't know where it is. Why are you asking me about this tape?
I just
You
fucking
seem
explained
nervous,
it.
Rebecca. Is there a problem?
Is there a problem, Rebecca?
You're practically accusing me of having something to do with that woman's
Exactly.
murder, aren't you?
Now you're
I
catching
wasn't
up.
accusing you of anything, Rebecca. Unless there's something you'd like to tell me.
No, I wouldn't like to tell you anything.
Okay, well, that's fine. Obviously, we'll be swabbing everyone in the area for DNA, so if anything comes up on Kate's license, DNA traces.
What will come up? Nothing will come up. Right, I've had enough. I've got to get back.
Rebecca. Would you like to explain to me exactly what is going on?
Which bit? The
Rebecca?
fact that some leggy bitch was trying to steal my husband?
Whoa!
I think you had better tell me what you know, Rebecca.
Whoa,
Okay.
Rebecca!
You want to know what I know? Kate Vine seduced my husband and was going to blackmail him. Not only did she sleep with him, that whore did it just for his money, our money.
Whoa, Rebecca!
How did you work that out?
I heard her. I knew it was her arguing with Emma Bowman. Emma was trying to talk her out of it.
And how did she come to be at the lake?
She dropped that driving license thing when she came in. She was drunk. She dropped her bag. I took it out to the woods and stuck it over the lake. Then I waited for her. When she came out, I told her where it was, that someone had just run off into the woods with it.
You led her to a lake.
She was reaching out over the lake to get it. I didn't do anything. She just fell in.
But you let her drown.
It was dark. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't help her.
Really? Did you try?
No, of course you didn't.
Well, it was too late. She was just flapping about in the water.
Oh my
It was
God, you
pathetic.
just
She was
let her
making these
drown.
gurgling sounds.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're
I got a
drowning.
big stick. I just pushed her down with it until she stopped.
You...
Well, she was dead anyway. What did it matter?
Rebecca!
She slept with my husband.
You murdered her! You're fucking going to jail!
What do you mean?
You're fucking going to jail.
Got the wrong girl.
It was Emma that was sleeping with your husband the whole time! You dumb bitch!
Emma.
Oh my God, you're the dumbest
Emma.
smart person I've ever talked to!
Rebecca Rand, I am arresting
Oh,
you
Rebecca.
for the murder of Kate Vine. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be taken down and will be used in evidence against you.
Oh my God! Rebecca, you're so stupid!
Yes.
So, it appears that Kate Vine's death was a tragic case of mistaken identity. But there are some loose
What?
threads here. What was Ryan doing with Kyle and that girl in the woods? What
Pretty
if I
sure they
hadn't
were about
interrupted?
to murder her.
And what really happened to Liam last year? It seems I've only scratched the surface of Atlas and the Rand business empire. Trying to find out about Paul Rand's past is like peering into
What?
dense fog. He gives nothing away and covers his tracks with military efficiency. However, what is known is that Paul Rand has a lot of connections in high places. Politicians, celebrities, business leaders.
Oh my
Perhaps
God.
James Wilson's ideas weren't too wide of the mark after all. I get the feeling there's still
That's
a
Baphomet.
lot more to learn about the Rand business empire.
You're going to have to excuse us. Atlas is closed for the moment, but we'll be open again very soon. Thank you for your interest.
Oh my God, Rebecca. That was such a good game. Like, just straight off the bat, that game was excellent. It wasn't a horror game, so it wasn't, you know, something we would normally play. But I don't care. That game was super fucking good. Like, working through, trying to figure out all of the different contradictions was great. And it is honestly one of the funnest games I have played in the last couple years. And this was the first game that this dev studio did. They also did At Dead of Night. Dave, I'm really... Okay, Dave, how does it work? What is the official... So what, you take a shot of whiskey, and then you take a shot of pickle juice after? That's so weird, but like, I want to try it. I have whiskey and pickle juice upstairs right now. One second, chat. Okay, chat, so listen. Because I've trusted you up until this moment, but now I gotta do some research. A pickleback is a type of shot wherein a shot of whiskey is chased by a shot of pickle brine. There is no fucking way. But do you down the entire shot of pickle juice? Or do you just let you, like half of it? Because that's like a fair amount. If I throw up, I'm gonna throw up all over the carpet. Can I just say for the camera, this doesn't seem at all like a good idea, or what I would do in the middle of my Saturday night, especially while streaming live on twitch.tv/Sonicat. But here we go. Dave swears by it. Dave swears by it. Ugh. The whiskey is so good. Why would you do that? It's just pickles.
Why would you do that?
That's not good. That's not good. That's not good.
It's not good.
Oh, that taste is awful. I actually, for a real split second, was afraid of that coming back up.